That's a great question. Your core values, and I would say that if you have more than 4 or 5, you probably don't have consistent core values. People don't remember more than 4 or 5 things. I was working with one organization where the CEO was very proud. He had a plexiglass thing on his desk which had 16 sides, and each side had a different value. There were 16 values. And I said, this is amazing that you've put, oh yeah, we spent a year working on this, and this was what we produced, and everybody's got it on their desk. I took it off his desk, and I lowered it below, and I looked at it, I said, wow, 16. Could you tell me the 16? And he got this look like a deer in headlight. He gave me 6. I said, that's only 6. Oh, well, I don't remember, but my team does. I said, well, let's call your team together. I'd like to test it out. And he said, well, I said, I'll bet you a steak dinner. And he said, all right, you're on. So we got the team together. His CFO got 9. The head of HR got 11. Nobody got 16. And I said, if you have more than 5, it's too many. Core values are those things that are non-negotiables. Mm-hmm. So what are the things you're going to live or die by as a culture? So we worked, the senior team and the CEO and I worked, and we came up with the 5 key values. All right, well, one of the key values was integrity. So every organization is going to put integrity up there. And so that was great. Integrity's fine. Then they talked about they wanted an enjoyable work environment. So people enjoy their work. Okay. They came up with the idea of getting results, being results driven. Okay, that's a great value. They talked about accountability. And they talked about customer experience. It was great, 5 great values. And we vetted them, and these were the 5 that they really believed in. I said, now it's hard to remember all these values. Can we put a mnemonic together? And they were, what do you mean? I said, well, I've been playing with it as you've been talking, and let's say I is integrity. C is customer experience. A is accountability. R is results. E is enjoyment. I care. I care about integrity. I care about customer experience. I care about accountability. I care about results. I care about an enjoyable work environment. Wow, that's great. I said, now you need to put behaviors behind each of these values. How will you know you've got integrity? How will you know you're getting customer experience? And they said, oh, we'll work on it. I said, no. Now I want to bring in the next level of management. You're going to introduce this. You're going to leave. They're going to come up with the behaviors, the 4 or 5 key behaviors for each of these 5 values. And then they're going to present to you, and you're going to have a debate. You're going to decide on how you're going to measure what you mean by customer experience, by accountability, by enjoyable work environment, etc. So we came up with the I care values with 4 to 5 specific behaviors that said this is integrity here. This is accountability here. This is the customer experience here. So I care values. Well, organizations can have all these values, but if people can't remember them, so mnemonic helps. Getting down to 5 and making sure there's behavior specificity behind it makes all the difference in the world. And I'll tell you, many organizations don't do that fundamentally. Probably more than 90% have never done that. I mean, they've got all these values. Yeah. They haven't defined them behaviorally. They either have too many or they have
no behavior behind it.
Yes.
It's all in the specificity.
Yes.
And the intent.
Yes, and then you measure for it, you reinforce it, you coach for it, you speak to it, and you model it. So when the senior team got together, the CEO said, how have we done with integrity? How do we know? How do you think our employees would, how would our customers rate us? How about customer experience? What do the employees think? What do our customers think? Yeah. Right? And so you then can put in place the measurements that really drive the values that inform the core purpose of the business. There's the building blocks, and there's just basics, right?
Yeah, that's great.